currently own, and I say currently because I am actually building a 10-inch. But on the left-hand side, we've got the Nazgul Eco DJI 04 with props in the channel colours. And on the right-hand side, we've got the Moors 7, 7.5-inch monster from Gep RC. I've just flown the Moors 7. Boy Wonder FPV has just flown the iFlight. Boy Wonder, good morning. How was your flight, sir?
Really smooth, and it's just so good.
Okay. And what did you like about it the most? Boy Wonder in the chat as well.
Well, it's just so
Hooked in the
smooth.
sky, welcome. Very well, thanks. Morning, Eco.
It's so smooth, and it's just so easy to fly.
So smooth and easy to fly. Now, Boy Wonder has been flying for probably half his life. Only drones, welcome. Boy Wonder has been flying for probably half his life, so it's not a massive surprise that he finds a well-tuned drone easy to fly. But it still made me nervous in flying a 5-inch for the first time in a long time. And it really was, I mean, we'll put some video from it really was super easy for him. He was doing inverted yaw spins and split S's and full stick deflections. It was really, really good to see just how well it flies. Now, the review of the Nazgul is available currently to members, and if you're not a member, it'll be available on the channel premiering at 9 PM UK this evening. It is really windy, Only Drones, I'm sorry. We decided to come out and do a live stream from outside. I'm just going to try and see if I can move around a little bit. We decided to do the live stream from outside because sunshine and stuff in it, but unfortunately I think that wind may actually defeat us. I think we may have to retreat to the motor vehicle. Yeah, I'm afraid we may have to give up on the outdoor streaming for today. But yeah, so Boy Wonder's flown this, and he flew it really well. It is, for anybody that isn't member and have actually seen the video, you'll appreciate just how good it is. And then the Moors 7, there is a bit of an issue with it, and I'm going to have to check why. I think it may be the pigtail isn't connected properly or something, because the signal isn't brilliant. The signal should be way, way better than what it is for a Vista. So apart from that, and to be fair, we got hold of this. Hold the phone at the bottom, cupping the mic. There we go. Boy Wonder says he's falling over here with how windy it is. I have wiped the camera as well, but it still seems really smeary. I think we may have to vanish back to the car for a second. Yeah, so from a flight characteristic point of view, it's the best 7.5-inch I've ever flown. It is the only 7.5-inch I've ever flown, but no, it really is brilliant for the type of drone that it is. Ultimately we bought it purely because what we wanted to do is put an 03 or an 04 in it anyway. So the fact that the Vista isn't doing brilliant is probably neither here nor there, but I'm curious as to what the problem is, because it's really good quality as art. Hey, Parkin in the chat, welcome, how's it going? We are out here at the field. I'm trying to cover the microphone so that you're not hearing too much wind. We've got the Nazgul Eco, which is coming on the channel tonight for non-members. Boy Wonder says, please clean the camera, I can see glare. Yeah, I don't know. Is that any better? I think the glare on that one is actually from the sun, most of it anyway. Howdy from New York City. Now, is New York City still a complete and utter no-fly zone? Can you actually fly anywhere in New York City anymore? Because I've been watching Casey Neistat for a while, and I know that the majority of it became pretty much a no-fly zone because of some of his escapades. But howdy from the UK, Vladimir. Hopefully you're no relation to Mr. Putin, but you never know. So yeah, two of the biggest quads I currently own, out ripping the field this morning. Now the sun's out, it's lovely and warm, and there's not a soul to be seen. Did he just use a snot rag to clean? No, I use my sleeve. I'm still wearing long sleeves. Despite the fact the sun's out, I'm still wearing long sleeves. Definitely super restricted here in New York City. And no relations at all, haha. That's good to hear. I was a bit worried then. Flying FPV drones and Vlad shows up. I'm like, uh-oh, we're in trouble. Yeah, it must be hard work to try and find somewhere to fly in New York City, which is a shame because you guys have got some of the most incredible scenery there. So it's a bit of a shame, really. What
Very loud.
it is very loud in New York. Yeah, it's a bit of a shame what they've done with the restrictions and regulations. But yeah, I just thought I'd pop on, say hello to everybody, see how everybody's doing. Try and build a little bit of hype for this review tonight, because it's 50 minutes long. We've got 3 flights in there, a top speed test, a GPS test, a setup guide, everything you could ever imagine and hopefully wish for. And then I'm going to go back and I'm going to finish the review of this. I've been flying this for a couple of months now, so I'm wanting to give a proper sort of opinionated review on it, rather than when I get a new drone that's just been released, I need to do it fairly quickly, whereas with this I can give my thoughts on it over the course of a couple of months, which I prefer doing. But ultimately the game of YouTube is, unfortunately, he who is first wins. So if you get hold of a drone that's not just recently been released, you can take your time with it. Like the Emax, I took a week. You know, this, I received it in the morning and the video was uploaded by the evening. So it just is what it is. It must be easy to fly in New York City, as it takes a popo ages to get anywhere. That's actually a really good point, A-Parking. Yeah, just send it and run. That's a really genuinely good point, actually. Oh, so are you out flying today, anybody? Only drones? Vlad? Mr. Park, I assume it's Mr. Park, and I apologise if it's not. Is anybody else out flying today? I would recommend it if the weather's anything like it is here. It is, like I say, it is a bit windy, ultimately, but it's a really nice day. And it's good to have the sun out at long last here in the UK. It's been a very long and bleak winter. Sean Mindy, Hail FC, how are you doing, buddy? Nice to see you here on the live. Just discussing the fact that we've flown these 2 quads this morning. So Boy Wonder's flown the Nazgul, and I've flown the Gepard CMOS 7. 2 of, in my opinion, industry-leading marquee brands with an FPV that produce some of the best bind and flies. And these 2 absolutely did not disappoint either of us. Hey, Parking, yes mate, Tony is fine. Oh, thanks Tony. In the woods with my dogs now, heading to rip the Avion 2.5. What a perfect place to rip an Avion. And it's something that I must plan to do, but I've just been so busy. As you can imagine, the way the channel's sort of blowing up, it's been super busy for the past couple of weeks. So I haven't had much pleasure flying in the past few weeks. Let me move to the car because it's just super windy. Just grab these quads a second. I'm just going to move to the car. Boy Wonder, can you just grab that one? We're just going to move to the car. Sorry guys, it's just so windy out here.
Keep the cam cover, do not.
Bruh. Right. 1 second guys, because we'll hang around for another 10-15 minutes.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm losing signal. What are you thinking, or how are you finding that Avion icon? Jump on that side, mate. How are you finding that Avion icon, Tony? I've got to be honest, it is probably one of the all-time favourite quads of mine. Like, it literally just does everything so well. Oh. Hang on. Let's pop these up here. I love it on 4S. It is, on 4S, it's such... Hang on a second, let me shut this door. Let me stick that there. Can you put that one next to it? On 4S, it is... Can I move my steering wheel around and just... I want to be lazy and just rest the...
There.
If I rest this on the steering wheel. There we go. And then if I move the drone over, and then I don't have to hold it, you see. And then we'll move that one over, and then... It's like a love fest in the car with 2 marquee brands. Yeah, on 4S, I think it's phenomenal. Obviously, I built the 6S, as you've probably seen on the channel, and that's just absolutely nuts and insane. But on 4S, it's such a perfect mix, isn't it? In all honesty, you don't really need to build one 6S because the 4S version is just so good. But I challenged myself to build something absolutely mental, and that's the platform I went for, and I think it worked really well. And you're right, it does bounce so well. I think Avion RC, if I'm honest, I think they're at the point in the FPV journey now where they could potentially be the next big brand. So we talk about iFlight and we talk about Gep RC. Now, the problem with Avion RC is they're tiny, like really tiny. I think they've only got 1 or 2 employees. So the fact that they're putting out such incredible quads at such good quality with such a small team is testament in itself. But I do think potentially, if they grow in the way that I believe in them, they could well become one of the next marquee brands, such as Gep RC or even iFlight. Such is the quality of the stuff that they're putting out. I believe that is indeed a possibility. Yo, Mr. Ransom, how's it going? That was just my little not rant. What's the word I'm looking for?
Talk.
Ramble. My little ramble about Avion RC. And I'd like I say, I back them. I'll tell you what did throw me a little bit. This Nazgul 04 Pro has got a GoPro mount, and like I say, apart from unless you're mixing frame rates, you really don't need it. The 04 is so good. Unless you're mixing frame rates, I'd have included one, but I probably wouldn't have put it on the quad itself. But that's just me. Hale FPV RC says, absolutely agree. Eddie's quads are next level. Eddie is the owner of Avion RC, and he really is. Not only are his quads next level, but his customer service is next level. I had a subscriber make an order, and they made a mistake on their order, and they was a bit flustered, and they was like, oh no. So I said, would you like me to step in and just speak to Eddie and see if we can resolve it? Eddie resolved it at no extra cost to the customer, and I thanked him for his time, and he said, don't thank me. We like to treat all our customers as if they're our friends, and that is why I back Avion RC as heavily as I do. iFlight have produced probably the best bind and fly 5-inch here, don't get me wrong, but as a company and the quads that they're putting out, I back Avion RC above anybody else. Tony says, I got the AOS 3.5 6S and I'm contemplating swapping the guts over to the 3.5 Nexa from Avion RC. Yeah, I agree, to be honest. I like Chris Rosser. I like him as a person. I like the quads that he puts out. And at the time he made the AOS brand, I had an AOS 5, I had an AOS 7, and at the time there was streets ahead of everything else. I think the market has moved in a slightly different direction from when he first started putting those quads out. And we've gone sort of a bit lighter and we've gone a bit more agile. His quads are the best tuned quads and the easiest quads to tune still, because they are so good, don't get me wrong. But would I rather fly an AOS 3.5 or would I rather fly a Nexa 3.5? It'd be a Nexa all day long. And that's no slight to Chris. Like I say, I think Chris is a great guy. I think he's done amazing things for the FPV hobby, and I'm super supportive of him and what he's done. But I do think Avion are just more enjoyable to fly. Ransom says, did you fly? Is that an analog drone? No, on the right hand side we've got the Gep RC Mall 7, which is a Cadex Vista / I think it might be a Runcan Link, which is the same thing basically. And on the left we've got the iFlight. Can I zoom in a little bit? And then on the left we've got the iFlight Nazgul DJI 04 Pro Eco. So two top class brands there. Two really good brands. Vlad says, I'm just getting into the hobby recently. I got an Aquila 16 FPV and can't get enough. Looking for a 4S ready to fly drone now and going down the rabbit hole. Right, Vlad, me and Shane are going to sort you out. So if you want a 4S drone ready to fly, or bind and fly, should I say, that is the best of the best of the best. Avion RC Nexa 3.5 or Avion RC Icon 2.5. So one's a 2.5 inch, one's a 3.5 inch. I've got reviews of both of them on the channel. I've also got an Avion RC 3-inch coming in on the boat over from China whenever it arrives. Avion RC quads, especially for newbies, are phenomenal. Absolutely phenomenal. The flip side is there's also the Emax that I did a review of as well yesterday. Yep, good point. That I did a review of yesterday. Yesterday, I think it was. Yeah, that Emax is really good and really cheap. But I think the Nexa 3.5 from Avion is even cheaper once you include all the peripherals that you've got. So genuinely, have a look at that, Vlad. Just don't send it long range in Eastern Europe. Tony says, I must have a bad one. My AOS 3.5 is... Wow, giving me vibration issues. That's a weird one, Tony. One thing Chris's frames are notorious for, in a good way, is having 0 vibration issues. So that is a very bizarre one. I don't like how my camera keeps moving. I need to do this a bit more professionally. But like I say, we was out in the field and it just got too windy. So Mark Duplex in the chat. Everybody give Mark a little bit of encouragement to get out. He won a drone from us a couple of months ago. He does live in a no-fly zone area, so it is a bit difficult for him. But give him a bit of encouragement to get that drone out today while the sun's out, and let's support him. Yeah, I don't know why you've got that issue, Tony, to be honest with you. Have you tried one of Chris's stock tunes from Betaflight? That may well solve it. If it's still an issue after that, then I think you've probably got an issue bigger than that. Vlad says, thank you, man. Wrote all of those down, and LOL, I'm Ukrainian, so no worries. Brilliant. Brilliant. How to put your foot in it as a YouTuber, part 1. Phenomenal. No, don't say it. Don't say it. Don't say it. Yeah, those are the ones to go for, Vlad. So either the Icon 2.5, the Nexa 3.5 from Avion RC, or maybe consider the Emax. I'd be wary. I better not start that, Joshua Bardwell. I'll jump in the comments. About going down the Emax route. As good as that drone is, if you watch the review, if you also watch the quality control part, the solder joints on those motors were, in my opinion, and some people have disagreed, but in my opinion, some of those solder joints were frankly dangerous. I've now fixed them myself, obviously, but obviously I couldn't do that for the review because I have to review it as it comes to me. It wouldn't be fair for me to fix all the problems on one drone and then review it and then get another drone that's got problems and not fix all the problems. So ultimately, that's where we are with that. And yeah. So Mark, are we going flying today, son? I think we should. The weather's nice. And
Maybe I'm coming.
I don't think you are, but nice one, Boy Wonder. Boy Wonder FPV has just flown the quad on the left, so believe it or not, Boy Wonder has just flown a 5-inch 6S. But like I say, he's been flying for about 6 years, believe it or not. So
it's really nice there.
What do you think the best thing of that iFlight Nazgul Eco is?
It's actually really smooth.
It is really smooth.
And with the 04, it's just, the camera quality is so good.
Gorgeous, isn't it?
Yeah. The signal...
Well, it never dropped from 60 megabits, did it? So
yeah, I mean, sometimes when I went behind the tree, sometimes it got a little bit of breakup, but it just came straight back. Well, the breakup went away, and I just got my signal back.
I'll be honest, I was watching on my phone. I didn't see any breakup.
Oh, I did.
Oh, strange.
Maybe it was just interference.
Maybe, or maybe it was because my phone was plugged in. It's possible.
Yeah,
I suppose.
that's what I meant.
Yeah. Mark Duplex says the weather's nice, isn't it? Get out, son. Get out. Get out. Hale FPV says, I'm charging packs now. We're hitting an abandoned gym, one of our top go-to spots. That sounds great. Put some footage up later if you can. I appreciate, obviously, if you can't, if you're hitting a bando. But that sounds amazing. Tony says, it's like the bolts are not tightened up right, so it tries to fly off glued and screwed it down, so it's all in one piece and flies, but it's not right, and only 16 flights hold. I'm going to make a suggestion. You've probably already done this, but have you Loctited everything down? So Loctite on every single screw. It shouldn't need it, don't get me wrong, but if you're having that level of issues, it's something I'd be looking at. And also, like I say, if it's not a bind and fly that's been pre-built, make sure you put Chris's tune on from Betaflight. So he's got his own repository, which I've been saying I've been going to get mine up there for months, and I'm just, it's going to sound pathetic, but I'm just so busy with everything else. I just haven't had time to sit down and work the process out and then upload all the files. But certainly have a look at Chris's repository. Ransom says, I'm starting an FPV And should I get a 1S Rotor Riot starter kit for $500? It's a Walksnail drone. You get the Fat Shark Walksnail goggles and the Radio Master Pocket. What's the drone that comes with it for $500? Would be my question. I like the Cadex Walksnail kit a lot. What goggles do you get? Is it the Cadex Walksnail X or the Cadex Walksnail L? Because the Cadex Walksnail X you can pick up for about $200. The Radio Master Pocket you can pick up for about $50. So you're at about $250 there. So I'm not sure what else they're selling you for that extra.
He said look it up. It's nice, so that's what I'm doing right now.
You do it. You do that. I'm gonna guess the extra cost of the kit will be the fact that they bound everything and set up all the rates and set up all the PIDs. So it's literally just turn it on and fly, and that's probably what you're paying that extra for. But Boy Wonder FPV is currently looking to find it. Just go to Rotor Riot's website. Let's have a look. On Rotor Riot's website, it will be on here. There we go. Fat Shark Pro Starter. Hello, Ben FPV. How's it going, brother? Right, so you get. Oh. Right, so you get the Fat Shark Dominator goggles. That's really old. Ham JB, I nearly said that the wrong way around. It says, "What's up?" Ben FPV says, "Hello, my friend. How's it going, buddy?" Right, Mr. Ransom, you get the Fat Shark Dominator goggles, old tech. You get Fat Shark Dominator antennas. You get a tiny whoop, so $150 with Walksnail in it, and then you get a pocket. I think this is massively overpriced, if I'm honest. So if you was to buy the Cadex goggles, Cadex Walksnail Avatar Goggles X, $200. A decent tiny whoop with Cadex in, $150, and the pocket, $50. So you're saving yourself $100 if you buy it separately, and you're getting a much better set of goggles. Obviously, they also include a charger. Now, that charger is the one that I've been advertising on the channel for a while. That's the Toothster charger, which is $30, and then a couple of extra batteries. So once you add all those peripherals in, you're probably saving about $50, but you are getting a better goggles, or you can spend a bit extra and get a better controller. I'm not a fan of the pocket. Tony says, "Okay, I'm ripping. Check after in. Have fun and get out and fly. Take it easy, Tony. Enjoy. Upload some footage so I can have a look. Submit it in the Discord because I'm going to do a community reaction video really soon. We've got probably enough now. I'll post some footage on tonight. Enjoy the rest of your day, brother. Thank you very much, Hale. You do the same. Again, if you want, stick it in the Discord and I'll include it in a community reaction video." And Ben FPV says, "I hope you have a good Sunday." You too, brother. You too. So Ransom, yeah, this is a nice kit. Don't get me wrong. And it's a decent bind and fly, or a decent ready to fly kit. Unlike some of the analog ones. You'll be very happy with it. Don't get me wrong. And if you don't know what you're doing, as in you don't know whether to buy this or how to bind that, or this should all be done for you. So it's probably worth the extra sort of $50-$60 from that point of view. But like I say, if you're a little bit clued up about what you're doing, then potentially you could buy better for less, is all I'm going to say. So I think it's a good kit and I think it's worthwhile if you are brand new to the hobby. It's raining at my place. Impossible to fly, says Ben FPV. Ben, do you not have a tiny whoop? Fly inside. The gods of FPV have blessed us with all types of different drones to fly in all types of different situations. So what's the tiny whoop? So it's 10.002, 20. So it's well powered. 500 mile lipo with a BT2. It's a nice kit. It is a nice kit, Ransom. One of the reviews says this kit is a cool idea, but the solder points seem to be rushed. Had one come off in the first flight. I'm not good with building yet, so I don't know if that's good for beginners. But the goggle and transmitter are good. I don't like the Radio Master Pocket. I love Radio Master. I've just been flying a Radio Master Boxer. I've got T16X. I've got a Zorro. I've got a GX12 on the way. I love Radio Master. I cannot in any good faith, recommend the Pocket to anybody other than a child with tiny, tiny hands.
Such as me.
So you, yeah. Somebody else has put poor, only flew it twice, now won't link to the goggles at all. I've no clue what happened. Very disappointed. It was a lot of money. And I got 10 minutes of use out of it. I mean, to be fair, I won't name whoever's left that, but if that's happened, then it can be fixed, man. And if you're watching this video, that person, then jump in my Discord. I'll help you get it fixed. Somebody's put arrived dead on arrival. But there is a lot of positive reviews, so I don't think you can go wrong with it if you are new to the hobby. Worked initially, there seems to be longevity problems with it, if I'm honest, which is a real shame because it is a nice little kit. Where do I live? I live in the UK, brother. Where do you live? I'm guessing you live in America if you're shopping at Rotor Riot, though. But yeah, I'm in.
Maybe shopping online.
Yeah, but if you was to shop at Rotor Riot from the UK, you get hit with about $500 extra of import charges. Yeah, it is a nice, genuinely, it is a nice kit. I'd be a little bit concerned about some of the reviews saying how easy it breaks. Somebody's give it 1 star, but not said why. So ultimately, I mean, I deal with a lot of. No, I live in Europe, in Slovenia. Very nice. Someone's put, the first thing is it's a nightmare. No instructions. Batteries for drone do not hold a charge. 2 batteries died after a couple of minutes flying. That's kind of FPV, yeah. What I was going to say is, Ben says I'm a frog. Bonjour. And somebody's just entered the chat with a name that I cannot read out. Otherwise, I'm going to get cancelled. That one there, look. It rhymes with the opposite of smaller. And he's a bit bigger. Bonjour.
Can't you just bang it?
Je m'appelle Cloud. So anyway, what I was going to say is, reading some of these reviews, it is clear that when you get into FPV, I'm going to try to word this as carefully as I can. When you get into FPV, the barrier to entry from a skills point of view is really, really high, and the learning curve is incredibly steep. I see people throwing hissy fits, and I don't mean this in a negative way, because I get why they get so stressed, but I see people throwing hissy fits quite regularly, saying, I'm going to give up FPV, this is shit, it's rubbish, it's awful. And they've done something really, really simple wrong. But because there's 101 things to learn and you've got to learn them all at exactly the same time, it is a difficult journey, and I do completely and utterly sympathise with them. And I've dealt with so many newbies in my Discord that have come in and they've been absolutely beside themselves, stressed. And I've just answered with 1 sentence and they've gone away and everything's been brilliant. So that experience that I've got, I've been in the hobby for 10 years. The experience that I've got means that you can come to me and describe half a problem, and generally speaking, I'll know what the answer is. I've got a guy, 420 FPV, I don't know if he's in the chat. If you are, speak up. He comes to me all the time with these issues, and he gets really, really stressed. And I'm sure he won't mind me saying this, but he gets really, really stressed by it, to the point of view where he's like, oh, I can't do this, I'm going to give up. And it literally, he'll explain the problem, and I'll just say, just change this 1 setting, or just do this, or just do that. And he'll be like, oh, thanks so much, brother, you've saved me. And it's just that benefit of experience, because the barrier to entry is so hard. So what I'm saying is, a lot of these, not all, but a lot of these negative reviews are just inexperienced people. Ransom, I would recommend probably, are you comfortable buying from AliExpress? Is my first question. If you're still there and you can answer that, Ransom, let me know. If you're comfortable buying from AliExpress, because you probably, I don't know if you'll get hit with tax in Europe. I'm going to assume so. Again, another one, look, awesome kit, but it broke in a crash in the cold. Well, yeah, that's what plastic does. JP, I don't know what JP means. I'm sorry.
JPEG?
I don't know. I'm a boomer. I'm a boomer, so I don't know what JP. I can fix your quad with 1 sentence, but if you talk to me in like like Gen X speech, I'll just sit here dumbfounded.
I mean, that person with the cancelled
Yeah.
name, can't you just ban him from the
I
chat?
could do. I don't need to ban him.
Suspending.
I don't need to ban him because he's not done
The
anything
name.
wrong. Well, yeah, but if YouTube have allowed his name like that, then that's not for me to ban, is
Well,
it?
that's YouTube's problem.
Exactly. It's not my problem. That's a YouTube problem, not a me problem.
YouTube ban him.
Yeah, Ransom, if you're comfortable buying from AliExpress, go and have a look at Mobular Walk Snail and have a look at Cadex Avatar Goggles X. Those are better than what's in that kit. Not by a huge amount. Well, the goggles are. Those Fat Sharks are the very first sort of iteration of the Walk Snail system from about 3 years ago. Whereas the Goggles X are the newest goggles from Cadex, and Cadex promised that they will be compatible with the Cadex Walk Snail 2 system that they were bringing out in August last year. That didn't happen. Cadex, you've got to take, when Cadex say something, you have to take it with a pinch of salt, because things don't often go quite the way that Cadex promised them. They had initially promised to get us a Meteor 7504 and the Neo goggles. There you go. Much better. Much better. And then you can get a Radio Master Pocket. If you want the Radio Master Pocket, my advice would be don't. My advice would be get something like a Jumper T15 or a Bumblebee. Reviews on the channel, of course. Or a Boxer if you want something a bit more premium. But yeah, Meteor 7504 and the Neo goggles is a much better use of your money. What was I saying? I don't know either. No, I don't know. So yeah, anyway, we've been live for half an hour, so we're probably going to call it quits there. But Ransom, join the Discord. If you just go to one of the newest videos, there should be a Discord link in the description. I can't post it here because I'm on my phone and I can't leave the live stream. So if you can just go to one of the latest videos, go to the description and the Discord link will be in there. Join the Discord if you need any further help. I'm always in there. I'm always active and I'm always helpful. I think anyway. You might disagree. But yeah, genuinely, the Meteor 75 and the Neo goggles is a better way to go. You'll then need a charger with it. You can get a really cheap one from Beta FPV. My advice would be to get the Toothster charger from who makes a Toothster? Oh, VFly. If you go to my Meteor HD review, and in the links is a link to buy the Meteor. The VFly charger. That would be the best route, in my opinion, to go down. But like I say, join the Discord if you've got any other questions. I'm going to head off unless there's any other comments before I end this live stream. Thanks everybody so much for joining us this morning. We're probably not going to be live tonight. It's probably going to be, the next live stream is going to be probably in a day or two, about 6 or 7 p.m. UK time for an hour. Hopefully maybe 2 hours. Vlad, join the Discord as well, brother, and we can help you out with any other questions you've got on what to buy or what to fly or any help and advice you need. But yeah, it's been a pleasure. I've really enjoyed it this morning. So until next time, take care, everybody. Oh, Ben says, thanks for the live. Sorry, my English is limited. Your live is fun. Thanks so much, Ben. My French is incredibly limited as well, so I do apologise, but your English is better than my French, so I've said everything. Oh, hang on. I can also say in French, je le bleu, which is my eyes are blue. And that's it. I'm done. My whole French vocabulary is out there and done. Listen, take it easy, everybody. Much respect, and I'll catch you on the next one. Peace out, everybody.